What's up, and welcome to today's trade recap. Friday, 7th of November. I just took these trades, and yes, I said these trades because against my rule, I took two trades today because I had such a high conviction in my bias, but we will get into it in a bit. We had news coming out at 5 p.m. I think it was just an FOMC member speaking, nothing too special, but news came out at 5 p.m. So this was definitely something to keep a little eye on. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into the confluences and into my trades that I took today. So coming into market open, we see that we had an immediate push to the downside. Now I'm on the 1 hour time frame because I wanted to show you something that probably caused this flash flood to the downside or initiated in the first place. So overall, we're still in a downtrend for the past few days, as you can see on ES and on NASDAQ. So yeah, pre-market, we were still in this bearish fair value gap and we kept respecting it the entire time, which yeah, plays a huge role into this entire bearish sentiment. We also formed an SMT divergence. As you can see, this high right here is lower than that high, and on NQ, it's actually vice versa, which yeah, confirms even more the bearish overall sentiment. We have a 1 hour bearish SMT, and it's playing out very nicely right here. So basically, my bias initially was, yeah, I wanted to take a short entry and yeah, preferably see a manipulation of some low time frame highs manipulation or liquidity sweeps, and then to take a short entry from there. But yeah, as you can see, I marked out all these low resistance liquidities that we had. Also, all the way back here, we had these high time frame lows, relatively equal lows, which is a high draw of liquidity. And yeah, as soon as market opened up, we took out all this liquidity one by one. So yeah, let's just erase all these liquidities. Every time when we took out such a key level, I was scaling down to lower time frames to see how market is behaving and reacting off of these key levels. And yeah, so after we took out all these liquidities, I was watching, and yeah, maybe we get some response, maybe we get some nice movement to the upside that I can immediately long, because obviously this flash flood to the downside needs a correction. And I entered a low risk trade directly right here after we got a break of structure and we took out all these liquidities. And yeah, pretty simple stuff. My first take profit was this high right here. I had a good risk to reward ratio at this high, so this was my first take profit. Yeah, took half of my position out here, moved stops to break even, and then we had news coming out at 5 p.m. As I told you, and yeah, I got stopped out at break even. It's always good to mention that maybe on some charts you don't have a high forming on the 1 minute chart, but I had one minute high forming on my MetaTrader. So try to always look at the platforms you're trading and try to see if you have a high forming there, or if there is a confluence that you were waiting for. And yeah, always check multiple charts, yeah, get multiple views, and find the confluences that you want. So yeah, with that being said, this was my first entry, and I could decide to move away already from the charts after that trade, but yeah, I don't know, more and more my bias became even more bullish, because I wanted to see ideally how market takes out these pre-session highs, like London highs, yeah, London highs and also Asia highs that we were forming all up here. And honestly, all of this liquidity that formed right here, all of this just looks so yummy for the market to take out. And so I was I was down for taking another long entry after we swept out again these lows that we formed. And pretty simple stuff again. As soon as we inversed this fair value gap, this bearish fair value gap on ES, I decided to take an entry again, stops underneath this sweep, and then just target some highs. And my first take profit was this high right here. And my second TP would have been something up here, like from the pre-market highs. And ideally, I wanted to hold this trade all the way up to London highs and Asia highs. But yeah, as you can see, again, after my first take profit got hit, it was already a decent risk-reward ratio. I think it was almost a 1-to-2 risk-reward ratio. Yeah, pretty much. Closed again, half of my position out, moved stops to break even, and got stopped out at break even again. So I took 2 long trades because my bias just became more bullish as soon as I kept watching the price action. But initially, overall, again, we are in a downtrend, and we are trading against the counter trend. So it's always difficult to find some corrective move entries if the overall trend is bearish. That's why I entered both trades with also low risk, because obviously you can burn your hands there pretty quickly. Remember, high time frame holds higher power, and if you scale to the lower time frames and you want to find a long entry in an overall short bias or in an overall downtrend, just lower your risk. But it's obvious that these insane moves to the downside, they need some sort of correction at some point. And today I was lucky. I was able to catch these corrections twice. But again, I don't recommend you to trade twice a day. Yeah, this is one of my biggest rules, only to trade once per day. Try to do it and try to stick to it. But sometimes, you know, I mean, rules are there for them to be broken sometimes, you know. But once you get the market experience, once you get the confidence, and yeah, if you sit every single day in front of these charts, you will get more confidence in taking these entries. Yeah, but overall, it's just crazy how this 1 hour bearish SMT is still playing out. I think we're gonna seek out even these high time frame liquidities right here, and maybe from there on we will get another opportunity to find a long entry. But again, I don't want to sit in front of the charts every day for multiple hours. I want to be out as quickly as possible. So ideally, I maximum only take an hour after market opened. I don't want to sit here for too long. That's why I also try to find quick entries. Yeah, I think there's not really much more to say to it. Pretty low risk entries from my side today, trading against the counter movements, trading the corrections. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take out pre-session highs, London highs, and Asia highs yet. But it's Friday again. We're heading towards the weekend, and it's also pretty typical for price that doesn't have the power to make such huge moves. Yeah, before we go into the weekend. So yeah, basically what happened: 1 hour bearish SMT, respected high time frame bearish fair value gap, and just continued the downtrend, and yeah, continued to liquidate all these lows down here, all these low resistance lows and high time frame lows. So overall, yeah, I just wasn't able to find my short entry with some confluences. The only confluences I saw were for my long entries. I can draw them in for you again pretty quickly before I end it here. So this was my first entry, and yeah, right here was my second entry. Yeah, So yeah, I always post these wins also in my Discord, so feel free to join the Discord. Link is on the YouTube channel. There's lots and lots of value in it. I keep saying it. Everything is for free in this Discord. Feel free to join it. Feel free to watch all the material that is in there. We have a free video series of all these building blocks that we use daily in our trades, where we explain everything. Yeah, feel free to watch through these videos on our Discord. Feel free to join the Discord. With that being said, see you in the next trade recap. Peace out, guys.